Hey guys, what's up? Figured I would give y'all a little overview of some different types of handguns and the ways that you can attach as some people would say, a tactical light for home defense or daily use and carry. I've got one of my buddies. He brought his M&P Spec Ops, his Kimber 1911, and his Glock 35 40. And then I've got my H&K USP Compact 357 SIG and my Glock 19. We've got a few different types of lights set up, and I'm going to get him to explain his setups and also my setup and what the advantages would be and the disadvantages would be, so that if y'all are in the market for a light, y'all can watch this video and figure out which one y'all would like to have.
Hello fellow YouTubers. I was brought in today to explain some of my firearms and the accessories that I carry on them. This is Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm Spec Ops version, because I'm tactical. On this particular firearm I have a Surefire X300 flashlight, as you can see here, and this is my go-to carry pistol. I carry this just about every day when I can, and sometimes I have the light on it, sometimes I don't, but as you can see it's a quick detach. Just attaches on the standard rail of the gun. Locks into place really tight, there's no rattle. I really abused this light, put it through its paces, and every time it's come out and it's worked and it's done exactly what I bought it for. Another gun that I have this same light on is my Kimber 1911, as you can see here. Same light, same setup. Of course you've got your constant on, and if you push it, you've got momentary. And that's ambidextrous, so it works from either side. And I've got another gun here. This is my Glock 35. And this is a light. This is the first light that I ever bought. And the reason I bought it was because, to make it happen, it's got the strobe function. And I just thought that was the coolest thing. But the first time I shot with this light, the first round it flew off the gun. So it came completely off the end of the barrel, landed on the concrete, and it still worked, so it's a good quality light, I suppose. It just stayed on the gun. This one is made by Insight Technologies. It's also an LED light. I'll put the specs up on the video so you can see that later, because I'm not too familiar with this light anymore. And something else that I really like about the Surefires is this tape switch, and these are weapon specific, and you can get them for just about any major handgun that's on the market. And basically what it does, you detach it, the factory back plate here, and it just pops right off. You reattach it, locks into place, and from there when you put it on the weapon, you get an instant tape switch on the gun. So as soon as you grip it, the light comes on. But you can still operate it just like you would with the other back plates. You can push it and it's momentary. You can slide it up or down and it stays on constantly. So that's a nice tool. The only thing I would warn you against this is if you're using this kind of weapon for a home defense role, a light discharge can be as bad as a bullet discharge in terms of accidentally showing where you are to your enemy. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you're going to put this on your gun because you like it, please train with it, know what you're doing, and know how it operates.
Alright guys, I want to thank my buddy Brad for joining us again to show us some of his handguns and his home defense or daily carry setups. Concealed carry, we both have our concealed carry permits, so we are legal in the state that we live in to carry a firearm on us whenever we choose. He showed y'all some of his lights and his Surefire, and I have on my Glock 19 the TLR 1S. The S is for the strobe feature. You double tap it and it strobes. I'm gonna point that at you.
All these guys are unloaded, by the way.
That's right. Safety check. The constant on feature or the momentary. The reason I chose this light is because I'd had a few buddies that had one. They loved it, shot with it, it worked really well. I got to feel one, and one was available in a store where I get a lot of my accessories, so I went out and purchased it. I do like the feature of the grip tape where you can add it on, so that would probably be my next light option that I would go to because of that. But just like Brad said, if you go to that, you have to learn to train with that. Where when I grip my gun, I ride my thumb right up here and I can turn the light on or strobe it. So I've gotten used to that. So it really just depends on how you want to carry or what your preferences are. I would suggest trying them out or asking us any questions that y'all would like to know. The one thing that I don't like about this that I didn't realize when I first bought it is it doesn't have the quick detach. You have to sit here and physically unscrew it and pull it off the gun, and it comes off. Whereas his Surefires, just quick detach if you want a flashlight. So, you know, in the heat of the moment, you might want to detach it to use it as a flashlight or take it off the gun or take it off to put it in a regular holster. Now I've got holsters for this Glock 19 that don't work with it with the light on, so that is also another disadvantage. And Brad's got some Kydex holsters for his that we'll show y'all in an upcoming video and let him talk about those.
I think it's important to note that it's not so much about the tools. You know, everybody and their brother makes a flashlight nowadays that fits on a gun. You look on the internet, you see them everywhere. They range in price. Go to a gun store, you're going to see 20 different models that you can pick from. It really doesn't matter which light you go with. Obviously, do your research, see which one you think is going to fit you the best. But when it comes down to it, if you're going to use it on a weapon and you intend to defend yourself, no matter which one you pick, train with it. A lot of people I see at the range, they've got flashlights on the gun, they look awesome. They get to the range, first thing they do, they take it off because they don't want it to get dirty. And they set it in front of their ammo box and they shoot with their gun, and that's it. But it's important to know that when you have a flashlight on your gun, it's going to change the way you shoot, because this little bit of weight is going to affect recoil, muzzle rise, little things that are going to affect how the bullet hits your target. Something else to note is that depending on your grip, we use a pretty high dominant grip on these guns for more control over them. And when the gun snaps back, that little bit that touches your thumb is going to come in contact with the light. So just keep in mind how you shoot. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's going to have different preferences. Just train with it and get good at it.
Also want to talk about, you say when you train with them, they do get dirty. The lenses will get extremely dirty. And I've heard that using toothpaste to clean them. People take a toothbrush and toothpaste to clean them. So I don't know if any of y'all have ever done that or how you clean them. I'm sure there's other methods on how you clean yours.
I'm pretty stringent when it comes to cleaning my guns, because I do carry this every day, so I expect it to work. When I get home from the range, I'll take it apart, do a complete cleaning on it, and the lights are no different. Because like you said, they get caked up with gunpowder. You know, everything that's coming out of that bullet, out of that barrel, is going to end up on here. So what I usually do, I take a cotton swab or a Q-tip, something like that, dip it in alcohol, and go around it, because most of these lights are waterproof, so you can get pretty aggressive with your cleaning, and it won't hurt the light at all.
We also have my H&K USP Compact, the 357 SIG model, and I went into buying the TLR 1S thinking, oh, I can use it for my Glock and my SIG, my H&K, and little did I know that you have to buy another key, what's called a key, and it fits on the bottom, right on the bottom of the rail, and it adapts to that specific gun. And H&Ks, their parts are kind of scarce, so the key fits right on the bottom of the gun, and it slides and locks into place. Whereas this is the Glock key, so it won't fit on the H&K. So I have to buy an H&K USP Compact key for this light. Is that the same with the Surefires?
They've got a couple different models. They've got just a universal adapter that comes pre-mounted on it, and then they've got one for a 1911 style because it is made just a little bit different than most of the guns. But it is pretty universal, and I've also got this gun in a 9mm, and I've had the same issues because the way that this is built, you can't just slide it on, and you've got to use their adapter and then slide it on. That's going to create a couple more problems because if you have a holster that's built for this without a light, you can't use that holster.
You're at about $50.
Exactly. And even if you do decide you want to put a light on an H&K USP compact, there's not a lot of holster manufacturers that'll make anything because the fitment is so big.
When I got the TLR1S, it came with, I think, 3 or 4 different keys, and whenever you go to look at a light, read the description about it. It'll tell you what keys come with it. From Streamlight, I can get on Streamlight's website and buy the key for the H&K compact. I think it's like $50. I think it came with the Glock key. It said a Picatinny key, Beretta 92 key, and I think a 1911 key. So just check with what gun you have and you plan to put the light on to see whether it comes with the key. If it doesn't and you like the light and you want it, most websites from the manufacturer will offer those keys.
If you plan on using these lights on a home defense weapon, for instance a nightstand gun, this is what I keep on my nightstand, so middle of the night somebody breaks in, lights are off, I'm ready to go. And we'll show you in a minute an indoor comparison test between this light, and this light, that one, as far as brightness, because the specs on these are pretty similar. This is 170 lumens, that one's 160, I think that one's 150. So they're all about the same as far as batteries. They'll generally last about 2.5 hours if you leave them on. Of course, they use the standard lithium battery here that most every flashlight like this uses nowadays. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you in a little bit.